Hello and welcome back to Music of Who. Yes, it has been a while since I last made one of these videos, and this one will be a bit different to the previous ones I made. It's not focused on a particular character's motif, but a whole episode, and one that, at the time of recording, hasn't even been broadcast yet. So this is more of a prediction of what the soundtrack for Revolution of the Daleks may contain, because as we know, this story is jam-packed with returning characters, and in particular characters who have appeared in previous 13th Doctor stories, and thus already have pre-established character motifs. So where else could I start but with the Dalek theme, which made its debut in Resolution. It's a really simple three-note phrase, but a very effective one in my opinion. It opens with this massive octave leap, and not dissimilar to the one which opens the 13th Doctor's theme, so there's a nice kind of parallel there. It makes use of the tritone, or the Devil's Interval, which is basically three whole tones, slap bang in the middle of that octave, as far away from that keynote as you can get, and consequently it's very dissonant, it's very unresolved, very unsettling. At its most fundamental level, this theme is just those three notes, though there is a fuller, longer, more extended version too. I am very much looking forward to seeing how the Dalek theme is used again in Revolution of the Daleks, whether that same theme will be used for both the Bronze Daleks and the new Defence Drone Daleks. There are lots of possibilities there, and it's a brilliant, bombastic theme. It really suits the Daleks in my eyes, and as I say, I'm just really looking forward to hearing it again and some lovely new variations of it. Next up, there's one which needs very little introduction. I'm sure you're already very familiar with this. It's Captain Jack's new theme, which first appeared at the exact moment that he returned to our screens in Fugitive of the Judoon. It's big, it's sweeping, it's soaring. In Akinola's own words, it's meant to evoke that feeling of joy and euphoria of meeting a friend again that you haven't seen in many years. But of course, Captain Jack is not the only Jack returning. Yes, let's not forget Jack Robertson, at Budget Trump on my parody account on Twitter, who also has his own theme. It's in the very first scene of Arachnids in the UK, when the character is first introduced.
So, make it disappear.
I'm not sure I can.
What?
There's that very sort of shifty chromatic movement in the opening notes of each phrase, and of course it's played very low as well on sort of cellos and double bass and things. It's one that, yeah, definitely makes your skin crawl and definitely suits this pretty despicable character.
This is what the world needs right now. This is what's going to get me into the White House.
Otherwise, there's just the themes associated with the four regulars. So first of all, the 13th Doctor's theme, which features in pretty much every episode of Series 11 and 12. There's also the minor, more sombre version of the phrase, which appeared extensively across Series 12, having made its debut in Spyfall Part 2. In addition to both of these though, there's also a B section of 13's theme, or what I call 13's theme B. Now you're probably wondering what on earth I'm talking about. but you will have heard this motif before if you've listened to the track 13 on the Series 11 soundtrack. Now obviously that track was a specially arranged version of 13's theme which didn't feature in the show itself, but the motif of the B section of 13's theme is present within the show too, appearing for the first time in the Saranga Conundrum. More recently, it could be found towards the end of The Timeless Children. Another theme connected to the Doctor is the TARDIS theme, first heard in full at the end of The Ghost Monument. Lately it's been used pretty much exclusively for bigger on the inside moments, i.e. when a guest character enters the TARDIS for the very first time. Now obviously with the Doctor being in prison, we're not likely to get many of those moments in this story. Then again, Captain Jack is yet to see this new TARDIS interior for the first time, and even before that, the Doctor has got to be reunited with the TARDIS once again, so who knows, maybe this one will be making another appearance. Then there are the individual themes for Graham, for Ryan, and for Yaz. I've covered all three of these in depth in separate videos, so if you haven't watched those already, be sure to check them out. We've heard Yaz's theme as recently as The Timeless Children, but Graham's and Ryan's didn't really appear that much in Series 12 at all. Given that this is the last story though, it would be fitting for them to appear again one last time. It's also possible, of course, that we'll hear Grace's theme again, depending on the exact circumstances of how Graham and Ryan depart and whether or not she is part of that in some way or is just referenced in the story. Finally, there's the fam theme, which is seeded in as early as The Woman Who Fell to Earth, but established properly at the end of Arachnids in the UK. Like the 13th Doctor's theme, this motif has appeared in the majority of Series 11 and 12 stories, and given this is the final story to feature the fam in its original configuration, i.e. as 4 rather than 2, I'd be extremely surprised frankly if it didn't rear its head again here, especially at the story's climax, perhaps in some sort of bittersweet, fairly emotional, slow variation. And that's everything. If you're watching this video in the first day or so after it goes up, enjoy Revolution of the Daleks, and if you're watching it in the future and you've already seen the story, do let me know which of the themes you managed to spot in the comments below. So all that remains to be said is a very happy new year to you all, and I look forward to seeing you again in 2021 for lots more Doctor Who and Music of Who videos. Goodbye for now guys.